all?
Yep.
From then on there, you go into a feud with Eric Freedom.
Yes.
Many, many good matches I remember watching with you guys.
That was such a fun feud.
And that culminates in a Fans Bring the Weapons match.
Yeah.
Where you eventually drop the title to him in that match. He's such a fun guy to work with.
Oh,
great guy, so much knowledge. He's been everywhere, done everything for 35 years.
I remember telling him, I don't give a shit what we do. Just don't hit me in the head, right? Because I still had the
right
the fear of the club. I'm like, just don't hit me in the head. Mm-hmm. That's all. I mean, you can punch me, everything, but anything, just don't hit me in the head with it. Kendo sticks, not worried about stuff, but I mean, and he finds this fucking pizza pan in this stuff, and it's lightweight as hell. But that was one of the stiffest things I've ever been hit with in my life. All of a sudden he's like, blam! And he goes, oh my God, I'm sorry. I was like, motherfucker. Oh, I can't believe, I mean, I've been hit with a lot. And I can't think of anything feeling the way that freaking, it wasn't big, it wasn't heavy, it was just like, just this dead fucking, there was no give, it was just like, whonk. And I was just like, oh my God.
And you know when you hit somebody too hard right away, and it's apology comes out before you can even do anything, and it's like, oh, I knew I did it, and sorry, brother.
Yep, it was that freaking little freaking piece of shit pan. Holy shit.
In 2008, May 17th to be exact, you actually make a return to Windy City for a special occasion, and you wrestle who now becomes a TNA superstar.
Yeah.
Windy City grown Christopher Daniels.
Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome. So Danny trained me at Windy City. So Danny, Boz, Sam, Mike Anthony had a great deal in training me. Ripper did. And Kevin Quinn. Those are, I'd say, the guys who really... But Danny more than anybody else. He would stay late with me. You know, I didn't just get it. Coming from high school wrestling, it's different, and I was very stiff. I was all the things that just weren't good. But I'd say, hey, I really want to get this. You know, can you help me get it? And he'd stay after with me all the time. And sometimes I'd be like, man, I promised my wife I was going to be back. He's like, I'll give you 5 minutes. And I'd be like, okay, 5 minutes, okay. But he worked with me so hard. So to have him be there, and Sam was like, hey, it's Battle of the Belts 20. He's like, I want the two best students I've ever trained to face each other. And I was like, what? He's like, I want the two best students I've ever trained to face each other. I'm like, I don't know if I buy that. But I will eat that salad.
Absolutely.
I'll eat that word salad, and okay, I'll do that. I appreciate the offer. I appreciate the opportunity. Yeah. So, that was being able to be in the ring with so he is the person I respect most in this industry as far as, you know, work and everything else. I think he's highly underrated. I think he's one of the most amazing workers ever. His knowledge, his theory, the way his brain thinks is so unique. And I know a lot of people say that. Danny is so brilliant. I love the opportunity for it. I really did.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a definite, not like a gift or a present, but the same thing coming from Sam. It was like not a coming into your own thing, but almost like a thank you from him. I know he's acknowledged you before, like he finally gave you a stamp of approval on you, but this is like the ultimate, like, you're my two guys.
Yeah,
that's a pretty special. Special feeling.
That's a statement that still lives near and dear to my heart. I don't know if I agree with it still, but it's still a statement that lives very near and dear to my heart.
That's just the humbleness in you. That's a great thing. Next thing you do in POW is you join forces with Joey Chichi after Jimmy Blaze turns heel and teams with Eric Freedom. You guys capture the tag team titles from those two guys.
Yeah. That was actually a fun match. Most of all, that feud was fun. Everything there that we did was fun. That match was pretty fun too.
Having great guys to work gives fun, great matches.
It does.
Yeah.
It makes it so much easier when you can. So when you are around guys who understand the business and understand theory, understand crowds, it makes it so much easier.
Absolutely.
You don't have to talk through every bit. Like that's a horrible thing that goes on these days. But you could feel the crowd and know when certain things are going to be appropriate. You know when to bring them up, bring them down. And when everybody's on that same page, you make some magic, man.
I love that word too. It is magic.
It
Absolutely.
Is. And so many people want to talk things out and create magic that way. It's not. You have to be in the moment. You have to be with the crowd. You have to understand what they're feeling right now.
Yeah.
Whether they're feeling is boring, whether they're feeling it's entertaining. Guess what? Sometimes we bring it down till it's boring on purpose so we can bring it back to certain places.
That's right.
And all that's okay, but you have to understand what you're doing at those crowds in that seat, right? Not just be like, all right, well, I watched this match. I thought this spot was great. Maybe we want to do this here because this might be a good idea. That's not magic. Knowing and understanding a crowd and understanding why you're doing things in certain places, that's when the magic starts happening.
Absolutely.
You just start pulling along and give a little bit of that rope back. You guys good there? You guys good there? All right, let's start pulling that back. That's when you get to have so much fun. And when you have people in the ring who understand that with you.
Yes, sure does. Magic is the perfect word.
Yeah.
In January, the tag titles are vacated, and you decide to take a lengthy time off.
Yes.
Recovering from injuries, recuperating,
Yep.
the whole schmear.
So, yeah. I got a bad back injury, and that took me a long time to recover from. Like, I'm still... I used to wrestle much different than I do now. Much differently. In fact, the last match I had was with Logan Steele. I did a hurricane run off the top rope, and Jeff's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I used to do high risk stuff all the time, but look, long story short, Bob Backlund was right. Doing all the high risk stuff that I did took its toll on my body. It took me a long time to build my back enough strong enough to do anything again. But now I limit the stupid shit that I do. I'm not a rubber band anymore. I'm not made of steel, even though I like to pretend I am. It's been a lesson learned. It took a very long time to be able to get literally and figuratively, get my legs back under me.
Mm-hmm. I think everybody eventually hits that point. Of course, when they're in as long, as you, everybody has that moment of like, when do I need to, not necessarily stop, but at least slow down to kind of let my body heal.
Yeah.
It's been depending on what kind of injury they have too,
Yeah.
the severity of it. But I think everybody goes through that at some point or another when they have this year a 30-year career.
Yeah.
So it's been quite a long time.
October 21st, it'll be 30 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
Most of you aren't even alive 30 years.
It's true. You do make your return to POW at the very end of 2015,
Yep.
2016. We team up for the very first time against Joey Chichi, your old partner, and GQ at T Woods Bar and Grill. That was our very first teaming together moment. I think it only happened once back then.
Is that the one where we made GQ bloody and made him sign the contract in his blood? Is that?
I believe, I think T Woods was that moment for it. I know I did it to Jimmy before. But
I actually have that contract.
You still have it?
I do.
Really?
I think it's a great piece. It's literally GQ. Your DNA is on this piece of paper. So I have that thing.
It must have been because right there you guys were in a singles feud over the title, and you beat him for it, and then he dropped it back to you at that Cage Warfare show where every match was in the cage. That was in Berwyn.
And so yeah, that's a great. What I was literally just saying is that sometimes you bring a crowd down back to till they're chanting boring. I mean, that whole show was all in a cage, and there were some amazing matches on that show. Some just chaos on that show, and here we are in the main event. I'm like, wow, we literally need to bring these guys' expectations down all the way to the ground, so we could get them to where they need to be for the finish of the match. And so that's what I did. I ground, and then they're chanting boring, and GQ's like, ugh, and I'm like, this is right where we want them. And
people get so nervous when they hear that, don't they?
And now we're able to take him back up, and by the finish, they exploded for when he was able to go over. But it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know what you're doing with it, if you don't know what you're doing, the chanting boring, that's a bad thing.
Right. Then people panic.
Yeah, people, I mean, they saw so much that night. I needed them to get that on their hands so then they could come back up, right? I mean, I don't have it in, it's not in my body to do those things. You know, I can't kill myself like I used to, but I know how to take you from nothing to everything. So I had to bring you down to nothing.
That's right. All right, we enter the final stage in the, after you leave POW then, take a little bit of time off again, we enter Southland Championship Wrestling, SCW.
That was still healing on my back. That was the same thing.
Yep. Currently where we're at right now is Southland Championship Wrestling. The very first thing you get entangled with is a SCW versus the Family versus Windy City. Within a couple years ago, that was the big feud that was going on.
Yeah.
Before I came in, it was like the main thing that was going on there.
Yeah.
3 different factions all fighting with each other to get the top, I guess you get the top spot in the company. And you were Team Windy City, of course.
Well, that was ultimately that was the concept. That was ultimately the concept, but guys get afraid of their babies looking ugly, you know, and the way it should have gone down, it was a no-brainer, but
people get protective, and I get it, but sometimes the guard needs to come down.
To make you look good. Let me make you look good.
Yep. Sometimes the guard needs to come down for business, for whatever works right. And I think we did accomplish that because after that was done, I remember you guys telling me about, you've been talking to Jimmy for a while to try to get an actually interpromotional talent trading feud going.
Yeah. And
I was kind of the little birdie that whispered in his ear, hey, let's kick him in the ass and let's get this going. And then we finally did, and the 4 of us met up and kind of laid it out how it was all going to go, and it finally happened, and they came and attacked me at T-Woods that night.
Yep.
Out from the parking lot. I came through the door, and I had goosebumps all over my arms because
they were hot, right?
That place they were hot. The crowd was in shock. They didn't know what to do. And then it turned me kind of halfway babyface because it's like I'm the main heel, so the only people that can give shit to the heel is us, the fans. You, as outsiders, you can't do that to my heel that I like, you know, giving shit to. So they immediately went to them as they're getting attacked on their homeland and their home turf is being compromised. So it was hot from the bat.
It was. And that's how it should be. And that's, you know, that was very much the same idea, you know, which you know, right? To have that third faction so that third faction can be what is beaten, putting over the other two. But people got worried at the end. I mean, you and I walked out of the ring at the end of the
yeah, it was a year-long feud. It culminated at the next Wrestle Rage.
Yeah.
Went from Wrestle Rage to Wrestle Rage. It was 1 year.
At the finish of that match, we walked out of that ring. We were like, nope.
That's only the beginning. It could have been.
Yeah.
I wish we would have carried it on for another year. It had the legs for it, for sure.
But it's a moment of people fearing for their product instead of trusting that people want good for them.
Right.
And if anybody knows me, you should know I only want what's good for business. So it's one of those things where it's just like missed opportunity, missed money, and all right, next.
Yeah, everybody gets a chance to promote it. It's good for everybody as a whole.
Yeah.
There's nothing that should be a detriment to anybody. Nobody's going to make anybody look purposely stupid or nothing like that. And
no, except big picture, the only one that was going to look like an idiot was me, but that was the whole idea. Right? And then both companies win, and yeah, not happy with how that feud ended.
Yeah, it could have been so much more.
It could have been.
From there, you transitioned to become the SCW president.
Yeah.
What was a presidential life like?
Well, making the promise that SCW will not fall into the those moments again and stuff like that. Being president was kind of fun. Allowed me to be around the ring, be around the guys, and if I needed to, wrestle every now and again.
Yeah, lighter schedule, keeping your body a little bit healthy. At least trying to, anyway.
Yeah, being president was fun, but also having the opportunity to see those guys every show, sometimes going into the practices and pointing stuff out to them, those who wanted to actually hear it. You know, some people say they want to hear it, and then they hear it and they're like, because I don't pull any punches.
Yep.
Whether I'm actually throwing a fist or it's just my words, I don't pull punches. I just give it as straight as I can. That's how I was trained. That's how I think it should be. I think that's how you learn best. I don't give it with a teaspoon of sugar. If you get a little bit of salty, that's on you. But it's always honest. It's always direct. It's always said to be helpful. And some guys a lot of guys now can't take it. And I get it. I mean, it's a different world right now.
It sure is.
But being able to watch all their stuff and, you know, as often as they'll let me give them some feedback, I don't just go out of my way to say things to anybody anymore, because if it falls on deaf ears, I'm wasting breath, and I got too many. You know, there's not enough breaths left for me to waste. So
it's true. That's true. Yeah, why waste the energy?
Right. If it's not going to be heard, I'm not going to waste that breath.
Yep.
If you tell me you want to hear it, I tell you it's going to be pretty rough. Are you sure you want to hear it? And you still say yes? All right, here it is. Not many people come back after that first one, though.
Yep. If you don't want the answer, don't ask a question.
Right. James Creed is probably the one who continually comes back and saying, "Can you look?" Probably the only one who continually does it.
Yep.
So,
and you had that little program with him too. Same thing. You trying to help him get to that next level,
and that. See, and this is you're hearing a theme here. I tore my shoulder again. Right.
That's right.
I had a match against Hunter, and Sean Mulligan gave me the 6-pack off the rope, and I tried to extend this 6-pack. He was doing it by my beard, and I was like, "Oh, I'll get extra extension on this. I'll snap through. I'll make this look so good." Yeah, tore my shoulder on that. But I worked in tag matches. I worked long enough until I felt I could try and go through a singles match with him. And at a certain point, I took this bump, and I just looked up at him like, we got to take it home. I wanted so much more for him than that match. So hopefully down the line, as my shoulder has been healing for over a year now, hopefully down the line we can, because I wanted so much more for that match for him than I was able to give him.
For sure. As long as you got gas in the tank, it's possible.
What's that?
As long as you got gas in the tank, it's possible.
Right. Like I said, the wing is doing much better than it was.
Yep. One special moment we had here in 2024 was a Mr. Bill Classic.
Yes.
Tribute show to the one and only ring announcer of Windy City, Mr. Bill.
Yes, that was a great night.
That was an amazing night with 100 people.
What's that?
Maybe there? Was there maybe 100 people?
Workers?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
Because there were 70 just in that.
Royal?
Yeah, in the Royal at the end.
Yeah, there could have been 100.
Pretty close to 100 people in the back.
So many.
Very good tribute for a very iconic voice in Chicago wrestling.
Love Bill. Love Bill was a great night. That show ripped a lot out of me. It still is. There's stuff still going on regarding that show. So, but that was a good night for Bill.
Yeah, I think for everybody too. Everybody got along. Everything was cool, and everybody had a good time.
Yeah.
Lately, the most recent thing you've been doing is beating up my tag team partner, Logan Steele. And I think it's a little bit of tough love on my part. You know how that goes. Tough love. I mean, it's all part of the game.
I mean, you said that you think he can. I said, let's find out if he can. And Logan can. He's a tough dude. I mean, in those fucking ham hocks he has. Holy shit.
Yeah. Totally different from what he used to look like when he started. Yeah. Big change.
Night and day from what he used to look like back in POWW.
Yeah. Different mindset, too. He's got a totally different, great attitude.
Jeff is easily the strongest guy.
Oh, for sure.
But he's right there. He is so powerful.
Yes, he is. And if he can stay healthy, too. I know he's had some share of injuries and some things he's gone through here lately, but he's definitely trying to work on the wind aspect of being in the ring longer. And I told him, too, I said, this is, I went through the same thing with you and one of the many people. I said, this is your test. Yep. If you can hang with Terry, you can pretty much hang with anybody. Yeah. I know he was kind of nervous, especially on the dog collar match, too, because how hot it was at the last show in Clifton. Yeah. There was numerous people that almost passed out because of the heat.
Yeah, it was so hot in there.
So he was pretty nervous on this last one, and I was kind of jabbing him and working him up a little bit, at the same time too, which, that's the old man in me trying to do that to my protege in a way, but but he's got such a better attitude now. Not that he had a bad one before, but he's willing to learn now more than ever, I think. With you. And he's definitely listened a lot, and he's so grown up a lot in the business, and
he's so much more.
He's definitely become one of my best friends in the business, and
he wants to be better.
Yeah,
and he is so much better at listening. And he realizes, he's like, hey, what do you see? What could I have done differently?
Yeah.
And my favorite part is I could say to him is, what do you think you could have done differently? He's like, well, I would have done this, and this different. I'm like, all right.
That's showing that he's learning.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, if you can pick out your own stuff in your matches, then you got the gears, the fluid flowing, and you can.
Agreed.
Yep.
Because then now you're not just hearing somebody say, this was fucking shit. You're going, man, this would have looked better if I did this, and maybe right here I could have done this. And a lot of people can't do that.
Right. This shows the
So
understanding.
many people just look at themselves and think they're great in film, and I'm like, what are you looking at? But the fact I can ask him that he says it is a huge step.
Yes. Absolutely. As growing as a worker and as a person.
Yeah.
All right. My final question for you at this segment is, what does the future hold for Terry Allen in the wrestling business? Future plans, ideas. How much longer do you want to go?
Not another 30 years. That's for sure. But then again, I'll only be like 76 at that point. So
yeah.
78, whatever the number is. Right now, it's working with people. Like, for me, this feud with Logan makes sense. You needed him to be tougher. You want him to be tougher. You have belief in him. That feud made sense. Things that make sense, and where my body's healthy, as healthy as possible. I don't have, hey, this is what I'm going to do next. It's, what am I looking at? What makes sense? Does this person need help? How can I help? Maybe would this be fun? Like, I've told Steve I would love for us to tag together one more time before he's done. Or at least one more time. I think me and Boz recreating that tag team magic one time would be an amazing thing.
That would be awesome to see that for sure.
We had a whole lot of fun at the Bill show working each other, but that, again, that's two guys who know each other, right? There was so much going on in that show. The fire marshal showed up right before our match too, and it said, hey, we got a call that this place is overfilled, we're going to shut it down. And immediately right then, gone, because now I'm, hey, don't do that. Give me a couple, I'm about to go out there. When I get back, let's talk. And so I looked at Steve. I'm like, hey, bro, it's all you right now. I'll watch you. Because now all the things, how am I going to, literally through the match, I'm like, how am I going to save the rest of the show? That's all I'm thinking through that entire match. Besides watching Steve and, hearing him, but also what, all right, I know it's coming here.
Yeah.
I think it'd be awesome for us to tag together again. I'd love to do that. That's one thing I'd love to do. I'd love to make sure the Brotherhood goes on and creates a legacy group. That is, I've talked to some promoters about that. That's an important thing for me. But the Brotherhood in the proper way. The Brotherhood is not just a heel team, but they're like policemen of community. And that's something that's important to me too, that the Brotherhood has a lasting memory, a lasting legacy. They already do, but I'd like to have that continue for many years to come with the right players in the right places, and hopefully have that be a continuing thing, right? Brotherhood means you're a lifer. That's something that's very long term. That's super important to me that happens. So, but I'd say those are two things that I would be most excited about. Steve is definitely like, no, my time's up, brother. It's not going to happen. But
we've heard that for a few years now, haven't we?
I'm putting it out there again, publicly.
All right. That is the end of the first half at the illustrious career of Terry Allen. The highlights, the good stuff, the bad stuff, of course, the good stuff very much outweighs the bad stuff. There's not much bad stuff anyway besides injuries, right?
Right.
It's all good. Wrestling's the greatest sport in the world. What can go wrong?
If I didn't do it, I wouldn't be who I am today. So I look at all those all those things as, that's what made me who I am.
It's good. It's awesome. Stay tuned. We get a little bit personal. So be ready. Are you ready for the harder questions?
Yeah, do it.
All right, this is called either or.
Okay.
So I listed a bunch of things. You pick one or the other. You're going to start out really easy, and they're going to get harder as they go along. Dog or cat?
Dog.
Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
And again, if you at any time elaborate on any of these, it's fine.
Specific.
I'm with you on that one. Cherry's the best, for sure. Apple or orange?
Neither. I don't like fruit.
Interesting. Does that apply to Gino or no?
Yeah, you're right. Gino's the exception.
Okay. I just want to make sure we...
Gino Latino, you are my fruit exception.
Cake or pie?
Ooh.
That's a good one, huh? That's the exact reaction I wanted to get, and I got it right away. Perfect.
Cake.
Portillo's chocolate cake? I knew you were going with that. That's the best, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hard to eat one piece because it's so rich.
It's hard not to eat the whole fucking thing. That's what the hard part is.
Hamburger or hot dog?
Hamburger.
Steak or chicken?
Steak.
Soup or salad?
Ooh.
See how many oohs I can get out of you on these.
So, lately it's been salad, but I do love my baked potato soup. So, but lately I'm gonna have to go salad.
Okay. If you're traveling, driving, or flying?
Oh, I'm driving. Because you give me open road and a radio, and
that is a lot of fun. Yep. At least you get to see everything first.
Yep.
Maybe the second trip you fly to make it faster, but I agree with you on wanting to see everything. Communicating, texting, or calling?
Depends on the person.
True.
Gino, I text. Definitely business I like over the phone. I don't like business and text.
Get the message across.
Yep.
Easier, probably. Eating out or cooking at home?
I prefer to eat food cooked at home. I don't make food myself, so I prefer to eat out.
Mountains, wilderness, or the beach?
This is a different point in life situation, but I think 9 times out of 10 I take mountains.
Mountain.
Yeah.
Maybe the most important question on this whole paper, and I already know the answer to it. I'm proud to ask you this because I know the answer. Cubs or White Sox?
Cubs.
Thank you. Prefer having a manager or not having a manager?
I prefer not having a manager.
Okay. If you did have a manager, would you prefer to be a man or woman? That's not to create any kind of anything at all. It's just a preference.
Woman. I mean, you have somebody like Cheeks out there. It's amazing, right? But a lot of times I could tell you the perfect example of the match with Rob Van Dam, right? Mm-hmm. I told her, I'm like, you need to stay out of the way of this match. And she was so mad at me about it. She was so mad that I was like, you have to stay out of the way. So there's times where you need them to be involved, and there's times where I'm concerned that they're involved.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's something that with a manager out there, I have an extra tool. I have an extra thing I have to think about. So it's a double-edged sword.
Very true. Very well put. Blood or no blood in wrestling?
Blood.
I can't agree more. Singles or tag?
My body will tell you tag.
Your preference on how you work, heel or babyface?
I love doing both for different reasons. I get to teach differently in each situation. As I'm the baby, I'm teaching that heel differently. As I'm the heel, I definitely get to teach the baby differently. So, I mean, I can't choose one or the other. I can't choose one over the other. Being a heel is more fun. I will say that.
Yes, it is. Absolutely right with that one. This is more for fans section here than it would be for us. WWF or WCW?
WWF.
Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart?
Shawn Michaels.
The Undertaker or Kane?
Undertaker.
Randy Savage or Ricky Steamboat?
Yeah, Savage.
Rock and Roll Express or Midnight Express?
Rock and roll.
The Road Warriors or Demolition?
Road Warriors.
The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Ric Flair or Hulk Hogan?
Ric Flair.
Whoa. I thought you won me on your side by knowing you're a Cubs fan, but some of those ones are a little... All right. Favorites. Again, starting easy and getting harder as we go along.
Starting to hurt his feelings.
Favorite color? Cubby
Red.
blue? Oh, okay. Red. Favorite season?
Winter.
The perfect temperature?
68 degrees.
I like it. Favorite movie? That's a hard one.
That is a hard one. Favorite movie, and you'd think I'd say Superman, but it's not Superman.
There's so many, too. It's hard to pick which ones are.
So, I mean, I love The Patriot. I love 300. Braveheart. Doesn't matter how many times I watch. I could pick it up anywhere and watch it all the way through. It's movies like that that speak to me. So, I don't have one. I have a grouping of where it doesn't matter. Any time of day, it doesn't matter how I'm feeling, good, bad. Those things are on, or I will put them on. I love Braveheart's probably the top out of those three.
Yeah, it's hard to pick a singular one for sure. Same kind of category. Favorite TV show?
Of all time? Cheers.
That's a good one. I remember watching that. It was super popular back then.
I made my kids watch that with me. Like, they're younger, and I was like, it started streaming. I don't remember what it was streaming on anymore. I was like, we're going to watch an episode of this every night. And for the first month or so, they're like, oh, this is horrible. But then after a while, they're like, are we going to watch Cheers tonight?
Oh, they did get into it. Nice.
And by the end of it, my youngest is like, Dad, I think you're right. That's the greatest TV show ever. I'm like,
you managed to make it all the way through to the end? Watch every episode?
Oh, yeah. And then we moved on to Frasier because I'm like, you have to see the continuing story.
Right.
But
it's a good character, too.
Cheers is... Married with Children is, like, right there.
I just bought the complete season last week.
I
got it.
I got
I'll let you
the
borrow it.
complete set, too. I love it. So it's right there with it.
Favorite cartoon? Growing up, most likely.
Tom and Jerry.
Well, you got me on that one. I haven't seen one on that one. Another hard one. I made a top three because it's hard to single out one. Top three bands.
Top three bands?
Mm-hmm. Because that's almost impossible to say, what's your favorite band?
Yeah, I mean...
Give me three of them.
Top three bands. I'd have to go Metallica and Guns N' Roses. Who would be my third? I'm going to give you top two. I don't really have a top three.
Okay.
Now, if you ask me my favorite artists, it's also Frank Sinatra. That's all. I only got two there, too.
That works as a band. Yeah, artist, I guess you could say, is the broader category. So out of those two, part B to this is the two songs from each one.
Oh.
Favorite song from each band?
Probably One, and then Unforgiven for Metallica.
Okay.
Back Off Bitch, love that song. And then November Rain from Guns N' Roses.
Favorite fast food? If you eat any.
I do.
Restaurant. It doesn't have to be specific.
I can tell you that last week after the day after the match with Logan, I went to Portillo's. So 2 hot dogs, everything on them, and fries, and then a piece of cake. That was my fat boy meal.
That place is magic, just like the magic we talked about earlier. Favorite actual restaurant? If you're going to go any place, I'm going to go here.
Okay. If I'm going any place, it's Chicago Cut. McCormick and Schmick's is... not McCormick and Schmick's. Why am I forgetting the name of the place? It's right off the river. Smith and Walensky's. There you go.
Okay.
That would be my other one. That anywhere I'm going, the best freaking steaks, that's where I'm going.
There's nothing like a good steakhouse. That's phenomenal places to go. Favorite drink of choice?
Whiskey.
What brand?
My everyday...
Or does it matter?
My everyday would be Basil Hayden.
Okay.
My all-time favorite whiskey is the Jack Daniel's version of... It's called the Sinatra Blend. It's a fantastic whiskey. Very underrated.
One of the coolest things I've seen is that you actually have that little whiskey cup that has the bend in it that fits your cigar.
Yeah,
I think that's one of the cool. When I saw that, I'm like, that is the coolest thing ever to combine the two together.
that's a great.
Sit there and relax. You just got the glass, and that's all you need.
Yep.
Favorite cereal?
It was Count Chocula. That was my favorite cereal. Like, and
Not the other two that went with it?
no. I mean, I did eat those too. And recently, within the past 5-7 years, I have bought all of them.
It came back.
And Count Chocula is still the one.
All right. If you
I had to have my kids try it.
did they like it?
No.
They didn't like it. It's chocolate. How do you like it?
They like the Count Chocula, but I mean the blueberry.
Oh yeah, Frankenberry was one. Yeah,
they weren't fans, and they weren't bad. It's just as a kid, I remember them all being better.
All right. Next level of harder. What is your dream car?
My dream car, 63 Corvette, split
window. That's a rarity there.
Yeah, that's my favorite car.
That's a nice car. What's your favorite tattoo?
My favorite tattoo isn't on me yet, so it'll be the Elvis sign of taking care of business.
Okay, yeah, with a lightning bolt.
Yeah, but that's also the initials of my kids, Terry, Colin, and Brianna. So, and that's going to go in my heart. I just haven't done it yet.
Planned it, or that's just the way it happened with the initials?
Both.
That's a really cool idea. Very, very cool.
So, but that is going. I mean, I know the artist I want to do it. I just haven't done it yet. Every time I'm like, I'm going to go do it, and then life goes on, and I'm like, I still haven't done that yet.
Know the feeling.
That one's going right there.
Nice. Favorite sport other than wrestling?
Football.
Favorite team?
Bears. Still
Bears. Tried and true throughout this
even
tough times.
I don't think they're going to be better than 500. Anybody who's getting their hopes up, I'm sorry. I don't see it. I got to tell you, last year was going to blow. They had 500 at best last year, and they were worse than that.
As long as they beat the Packers, that's all that matters, right?
I mean, I'll take beating the Packers, but...
Your favorite place to wrestle? Town, building? Again, that's really hard to narrow down to one single one, but...
Hammond Civic Center. There's such a presence in that building. That is my favorite place.
Yeah, from the old days of AWA would wrestle there, Dick the Bruiser's WWA would wrestle there. It's got a lot of history in that building.
A ton of history. You just feel it.
Yeah, to be part of that, you got to be experienced that same building and think about all those people that wrestled there and all over the years.
That place is awesome.
That's pretty cool. Your favorite entrance song? Because nobody ever has a whole career with the same song.
I would have to say Balls to the Wall. I don't think there's a song that makes me... I loved coming out to Beautiful People. There's a great energy that comes with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Like Balls to the Wall, there's just something where my head just starts bopping before that moment, and then I would have to say that's the one.
Gets you ready for the march to the ring, the attitude of the way that song sounds, and that it gives out that vibe.
And there's a point where, after the years I know it, but I mean, I find it hilarious where Snake is always like, is it now? Is it now? I'm like, how do you not know this?
He forgets the part of the song.
No, it's been over 20 years. And he's like, now.
Favorite finishing move?
The sit down razor's edge. That is a fun move to give. A vicious looking move.
It is, absolutely. That's a devastating.
Yeah.
Especially when done right from the height, dropping somebody down like that.
Yeah.
That's a pretty move. A little bit harder now. Your favorite tag team partner that you've ever had? Don't hurt anybody's feelings now.
Favorite tag team partner was Stone Manson. So Stone and I, through the Brotherhood, right, became close friends. But that's another guy like Boz where we could read each other, and we just gelled. And life just took him out of wrestling soon. But that would be... I've had most success with Steve, and I love Joey. I thought me and Stone had something. And I really thought we had something, and just life took him out of wrestling. So his personal stuff, that's his stories. But Yeah, me and him were golden there. Just didn't maybe last 6 months maybe.
Oh, okay.
There was really something there. So
okay.
I'm disappointed we didn't get to see that there. I thought there was a lot of legs, like all the way to the top kind of legs.
Really? Wow. That's some good chemistry when you get, like you said, you can connect and get in sync with that person like that.
Yeah.
And it just clicks on all cylinders and it just go forward and nothing can stand in your way. Last one is a favorite opponent. Another hard one.
That is a hard one. That is a hard one. I have different opponents for different reasons.
Right.
You know, me and Steve, because we could just read it, like, we could just loved the feud with Eric Freedom, loved our feud, loved the feud with Jeff. Those are all moments that stick out.
It might be one of the hardest questions
that
a wrestler ever gets asked.
Yeah, I don't have
like a what's your favorite match kind of a thing. It's
right.
It's almost impossible to answer that question without naming at least a handful.
Totally.
Because like you said, for everything's a different reason.
Absolutely. That one's a hard one.
Okay.
That's as close as you're getting out of me.
To be determined. All right. The final section of hard questions is called even harder questions. Do you remember or how long your longest match ever was?
I want to say around an hour or over an hour. It was a long match. Buzz.
And I don't think people really understand, even some of the younger guys in the business, what it means to go out there for that long,
right.
Let alone 15, 20 minutes sometimes. And if you're going half an hour, 45 an hour,
yep.
I mean, pacing is
totally
key.
Absolutely.
And you got to be able to, save your wind and keep the crowd entertained at the same time and hopefully not be doing nothing.
Right.
Because you got to entertain people for an hour straight and not make them want to get up and leave.
You're having 3 or 4 matches in that hour.
Yeah.
Right? In different places. You got to build them up right, but you're also feeling them. When is the right time to have this match end?
Right.
So you can go on to the next one.
Right.
Having a match that long is rough.
It is. What is the furthest place you've traveled to wrestle?
Probably Pennsylvania.
Remember town?
No, I don't. It was far east side. Far west side of Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh area?
I was probably in a battle royal that night. This was when I was young.
Oh, just a little kind of quickie little trip out there? Gotcha. What is the largest crowd you've ever wrestled in front of?
I don't know the attendance, but it was when I worked Taka.
Oh, for Raw?
Yeah.
Gotcha. The smallest crowd?
22 people.
Where was that?
So it was right after September 11th. It was like a week. It might have been 2 weeks after that. And I was telling Sam, I'm like, hey, we need to cancel this show. He's like, no, people need to get back to regular life. People will show up. And it was like a 5,000 person arena. And I'm like, because I was going out there and doing the radio spots and stuff like that. I'm like, there's not a lot of stick on this show. We need to push this back. And he's like, no, it'll be a good idea. So in a 5,000 person arena, there were 22 people there.
Wow.
And it was me versus Willie in the main event. We had a killer match. We were gonna make sure these 22 people are the most entertaining they've ever been.
Right.
And we went balls to the wall. We had a great match. We really did. And see that big 350-pound ass come down on you with that leg drop from the top rope. Ugh.
That's scary, isn't it?
It's scary shit. We had a great match, and it doesn't even exist on tape. Gretchener's camera ran out that night.
Oh no!
But there was 22 people there, and we were just like, I think everybody looked at it that way. We were all wanting to get back to life a little bit normal.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody was like, fuck it, we're all going to go out there and just do our best. Tugboat was on that show. he's a sweet man if you've ever met him, and you probably. But either way, like he was a little bit upset with that because he's a star, right?
Right.
There's two people in the audience.
Not gonna do good on merch.
Yeah, and but it was just we should have pushed it back. We should have pushed it back, but that's neither here nor there. At that point, it happened, but everybody went out there and just tried to give it their all for those 22 people because we realized, hey, we're all afraid right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's afraid right now.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear because most people probably wouldn't take that approach to it.
Yeah.
That's the best thing to do, make sure everybody's comfortable and we're not afraid kind of a thing.
Yep.
Get back to normal as much as you can. What is the worst locker room or building? Small, messy.
I've been in horse stalls. We've been in pigsties. Like
Really?
When Sam would have the fair tours in the summer, and yeah, you're wrestling out in the rodeo grounds and stuff like that. Yes, I'm not joking.
In the pigsty.
Yeah, you are. I mean, they're not in there.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, those are rough locker rooms, man. Those are rough locker rooms.
And very hot on top of it too.
Miserable. I mean, but that's what they used to do back. So, like, as Sam came up, that they did that stuff. So he didn't think anything of it. I'm young. I never think anything of it. Now I'm like, don't put me out in a. Now I'm a pussy.
Well, you did it already, so you don't have to do it again. You paid your dues on that, so you're good for forever. What do you do to relax?
What do I do to relax?
Yeah.
I don't relax right now. There's no time for relaxing.
Watch a movie, go out to the movies, read a book.
I have gone to see Superman 3 times. But I really don't. I mean, I can't tell you the last time I watched TV. I literally wake up and I'm gone until I come back. I might get 4 hours of sleep. I'm just constantly on the move right now. As I continue to get a little bit older in age, and I've got a lot of stuff to make up for. I mean, a couple divorces. Everybody else owns my properties and my money, so I have a lot of stuff to make up. So that's where I'm at with that.
Okay. Do you have any hobbies or collect anything? Kind of the same category, but if you don't have time to,
up until a couple years ago, I mean, one of my favorite things was going to these. I love collecting baseballs, autographed baseballs. Okay. And I love meeting the people and having them sign it. So I just haven't done the past couple of years.
Okay. That's a very cool hobby. Absolutely, because I mean, the collection value in that is just astronomical now with as much as fests and Comic-Cons and all that stuff goes on, and it's just so cool to see the historical memorabilia of like, oh my God, that's his signature on it.
Yeah, it is. It's so much fun, but and you get a personal moment with the guys, right?
Yeah.
I could tell you there's a Ben Zobrist moment where me and my buddy Nick went and Nick and Skip went and we all love doing this. But anyway, we went and saw Ben Zobrist, and we go and we all have a little moment with him, and I put my hand on my shoulder as we're done. I'm like, hey, thank you for everything, and God bless you. And just the look in his eyes, like me saying God bless you, like kicked him in the balls. It felt like, right? And we walked outside, and I told him, I'm like, he's getting a divorce. And they're like, what? I'm like, Ben Zobrist is getting a divorce. And they're like, just stop. And not a week later, it broke on the radio that he was going through a divorce. They're like, how'd you know?
Oh, wow.
Number one, I know. I know the look. But I was like, I just knew right away. And but you don't get to replicate it. Meeting them and having them sign it, you get to have those personal moments, and that's the stuff that you get pictures and everything, but you remember stuff like that.
Yeah, the personal interaction.
I could go through several of them where they're just funny moments.
Yeah, the personal interaction with that. It's like meeting your hero thing or meeting people you look up to, sports stars or whatever. It's a very special thing when you finally get to meet, especially with the World Series Cubs. I mean, it's huge thing. All right, a little bit harder now. Top level of hardness here. Expert level questions. If you can wrestle anywhere in the world that you have not, where would it be?
Japan.
That's a good one.
I think I'd be built for Japan. That's where I'd like to go.
Any certain era, or does it matter?
I would definitely prefer 90s. But I'll take now.
Okay.
Even at near 50, I'll go do it now.
If you could take a trip on a vacation anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I would go to Italy.
It'd be beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful
that's right.
country. If you can meet any one wrestler, living or dead, that you never have, who would they be?
Living or dead. That I haven't met.
Yep.
Gorilla Monsoon.
That's a good one. Very good one.
Monsoon. I'd love to pick his brain.
Man, the stories that he could tell.
Yeah. I think that's the man living or dead, that's the man I'd like to have a conversation.
That's a great one. Really, really good one. If you can meet anyone in history, go to dinner with him. Have a conversation. That's ever existed.
Elvis Presley.
It would be Elvis.
Would be Elvis.
Not even a thought on that one.
Frank would be there, but Elvis Presley.
Elvis would be number one. Final two with the go anywhere or be with anybody thing. If you could wrestle any tag team ever, who would that be?
Heart Foundation.
With what partner?
Brett Danville.
No, I mean your partner.
Would be my partner in
Yes.
the match. It's an even better question. I think Stone.
Really? In my head I was expecting Boz with the style of it.
Yep. I think Stone. Again, that was a good team, man. I'm telling you, that was a good team.
Very nice. Brett, our foundation is a phenomenal tag team.
Yep.
I love the chemistry of the two different styles, two different bodies together makes the machine
Right.
run perfectly.
Absolutely.
Yep. Same question applies for singles. Anybody ever in history that you could wrestle in a singles match?
Steamboat. I want to wrestle Steamboat.
Can you keep up with that
Not now.
machine of just...
Do I get to choose myself in my 20s, right?
I know, I'm just... Yeah. Never-ending gas tank that man has is just...
We're not talking about today. that engine isn't making it. But maybe today against today's Steamboat, maybe we can.
Yeah, that might, yeah. Half an hour in the classic era with Steamboat.
I would love to wrestle Steamboat in my 20s.
Yeah, one of the most fluid, easy. One of those guys that just makes it look so easy.
And we've talked about it before about making your opponent look good.
Mm-hmm.
It's the key.
Yeah.
So, but man, I would love that.
All right. You ready for the final four? If you thought those questions,
still hard,
it's
yeah.
still.
Where we going?
This is the top of the top of the top. Road stories and ribs. We talked about some before
Okay.
that were maybe hidden, but I know one I want to bring up because it's absolutely hilarious. You told me a story one time about Brandon Bishop in a hotel in a dare. So if you're willing to throw that one out there.
Yeah, I can tell that.
Okay.
I can tell that. This show, we're in Kentucky. We're in Kentucky. And this night, the Brotherhood beat the shit out of him. Like, Psycho used to carry the stick, and it was a real stick.
Oh,
He just wrapped it
yeah.
in-
I can vouch for that.
Duct tape. This stick was brutal. Anyway, so it might have been. That doesn't matter. So we wrestle this show, and we have to have a battle royal at the end of the day, and I get thrown over the top rope, and Psycho comes up and clubs me. Boom! I have 1X here. He goes, and like, you're just like, oh! And as you bend over, he hits me with the stick again. So I have an X on the backside, and then you lean back up, and he hits me from the other way. I have an X on the front, and I lean back over. So I have these two just like tattooed X's on me from this Psycho swinging the stick, and I'm young as hell. I'm in might be still 19, I might be in my early 20s, and like it was brutal. Like, I don't know how he didn't break something. It was bad, but Mistress D, who was with the Brotherhood at the time, like, felt horrible for me. Like, she was all over ripping Psycho, like, that was awful, blah, blah, blah. So they decided they're going to take care of me that night.
Okay.
And then Brandon was my tag team partner. So one thing leads to the next, and we're all in the Brotherhood bedroom later on at night, drinking, blah blah blah. Psycho's balls are coming out. There's all sorts.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Psycho's balls are coming out. Look how big my balls are.
I guess you have to know Psycho to.
There's people that know Psycho that are hearing this are definitely laughing, but you're just like, how the fuck am I here? What the fuck is going on? Anyway, at some point there's a dare of, I bet you won't run down the hallway naked and knock on the doors. And I'm like, absolutely fucking not. That's not happening. And, you're the newest guy. You got it. And I'm like, nah, that's not fucking happening. I'm not fucking doing it. Nope, not doing it. And Brandon's like, I'll do it. And Psych and Rip look at each other and like, yeah. He's like, yeah. I'll get naked. I'll run down the hall, knock on doors. And they're like, yeah. Like, yeah. The girls are like, no. Anyway, like, all right. You got to go in the hallway. You strip down, and then you start running. And Brandon's like, okay. So, go there, all stand there in the doorway. Brandon strips down, starts running down, and they're like, ha, suckers! Pulls all his clothes in, slams the door.
No.
And now Brandon's, he's like, what? And he runs back, he's just pounding our door, hey! And we're all inside laughing. And, yeah, poor Brandon's in the hallway, at least 5 minutes knocking on the door. People open up their doors, and he's standing there covering up like, not funny. It was hilarious, though. When he got in there, he was so pissed. He thought about swinging.
Did he really?
Yeah, he thought about swinging. He was so hot when he got back in.
It's a good thing there wasn't security cameras.
Yeah. It's a different time. You didn't have to worry about any of that shit.
Wow.
Yeah, but...
That's a tight spot to be in, yeah.
It might have taken a month before he became a good sport about it. It was hot for a little bit. But...
Very, very good one. All right, serious one. What is your prized possession?
My prized possession?
Yes.
As in?
Wide open category. Could be physical, item, object, or other people categorize prized possession as other things, but...
I have a great comic book collection. I have a great autograph collection. I love my 2003 Jaguar. I don't know that I consider any of those prized possessions. I just don't value them that way. Okay. I once considered that my prized possession, but I figured that belonged to you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's not a prized possession. Yeah, I would say in the corny kid part would be I'm a dad. Yeah. My prized possessions of my kids, those are my arrows. Those are the things that make me. Those guys. It sounds corny, but that's kind of how I view things.
Yeah, very good. The final main event question that I have for you to close out this very first episode of Wrestling on the Fly.
That was the mile marker there.
Yeah,
that sound.
This is the main event. Okay. That's the go home cue right there.
Okay.
What is the legacy of Tenacious Terry Allen?
I hope that it's a legacy of a guy who always did what's right for business, cared about others in a way that they didn't understand because he wanted them to be better. I want to be known as a guy who's... I'm not a workhorse anymore, but I once was. And that's what I want to be remembered as a guy who did business the right way. For everybody. Not just for myself. For everybody. You were talking about earlier how I helped you learn how business was done. That's my goal. I think the old ways are lost. And me being around helps keep that around a little bit. And for as long as I can, that's what I want to try and help do. That's what I'm hoping.
Well, I can answer that question, or not actually a question, but I can answer your hopes and wishes is with a resounding yes, you've absolutely done that. And just through my personal experience with you, you have absolutely fulfilled all that stuff that you wanted to do, plus more. Because you did it for me among dozens of other people. And like I said earlier, you changed my growing up in wrestling and personally growing up by being able to work with you and teaching me all those things, not just in the ring, but life lessons too. So you have, in my opinion, my personal experience with you, you have definitely gone above and beyond your expectations for your career.
I appreciate it.
So it's a huge thank you to you. And for the final act, before we close this show, that picture that we had together for the dropkick, I want you to sign that for me for the show to immortalize our over 20-year friendship and being the very first person to be on my new show, which couldn't be more proud of, to have such a great guest, such a great friend.
Thank you, brother.
And I want to thank you so very much for everything you've done for me personally, for the business. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything.
Thanks, bro. Thanks
Absolutely.
for having me.
There it is, folks. The very first episode of Wrestling on the Fly. Tenacious Terry Allen. First guest ever. Couldn't be more happy with it. Great friend, great wrestler, great man. Tune in to when I post this video. Like it, share it, spread the word. I want this to explode into one of the biggest shoot interviews, the most popular things ever. Thank you to Nick H. for being my producer for this show. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you to my son Sean for creating the logo. He's a tremendous artist. And I can't wait to get that up there and post it for you guys to see everything. So spread the word as much as you can. Enjoy Wrestling on the Fly, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Working a training match, and he hopped up on the ropes, and he was in there with another small guy. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna steamroll through these guys. But turn around, Psycho was the most famous for it. I got hit with sticks, 2x4s, chairs. Like
The Psycho Stick that's a brute. I think
I was the reason the
had
Psycho Stick got banned for a while.
That is, I've seen him whap the turbos with that thing. Oh my God, that noise that comes off
He
of
broke
that.
my ribs with that stick.
Really?
Why would I buy a ticket to see you wrestle when you look like the guy that just walked down the fucking street?
I agree with that 100%.
I mean, seriously, like, that's just my mindset. I got the scissors, I got the shears and cut that shit, man. He was nervous as shit. He was like, don't cut too much off, don't cut too much off. But I should have been a barber after that. But